Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 13th of June. So looking at the euro dollar first, and really looking the last couple of days, Friday, Monday, indecisive sort of days. It ended up pretty much where we've opened in general. It's looking weak with yesterday's price action. However, we'll see how we run here. We've still got an untouched monthly pivot below, which is always a bit of a draw. But at the same time, we still today we've got the daily pivot above, which yet to be hit. It took quite a long time yesterday before it got there, but still got the possibility of being hit. Now these 60-21s are not too far below it. May just provide enough resistance to stop that happening. Selling below this daily S1 here could see us coming down towards Friday's lows there at some point in the S2. Pivots today are rather pinched, so it makes it more likely that we'll potentially run a bit further. Now, any break above the 21s, I was looking really for the daily pivot here, but it could push up towards that 100 MA, maybe even towards yesterday's highs if there's any sort of momentum with it at the time. To be fair with what's been happening overall, it looks like, well, yesterday could have just been a bit of a bear flag that we saw, and we've seen a continuation. However, it's, as I say, it's not a totally clear picture within the market there, but certainly that's what I'm looking at the moment. Okay, the pound. Now, since the election, we've not really gone too far. Yesterday, it did actually manage a token rally, but we're seeing very little in the real price action here yesterday, and I spent most of the day yesterday actually coming off yesterday. We're seeing a bit of a bounce back from this 4-hourly 500. We have got the daily pivot just marginally above us there, so that may well be hit earlier this morning. Now, inflation figures are due out at 9:30 today. I would be looking carefully there, expected to come out 2.7, that's the expectation. So yes, we could still see a bit of a blip upwards if it comes out at 2.7. If it comes out higher, beware it could run through into the, quite quickly I should imagine, into the double R1s that we're seeing there at around about 127.50. So if it does really get a shove on, I won't be surprised if it goes there or beyond into yesterday's highs. We do still have a weekly pivot untouched above there as well, so there's the further potential. Okay, downside potential, well, we really need to come back. There's obviously the daily S1 below us. You need to really come out a little bit more to see what's happening on the bigger picture, and that daily 200 moving average sitting there around about 25.68 could well be a sort of a bigger target to the downside. Although having said that, I'm just looking at that 100 MA just popping in there with the S2, the monthly S2 as well at 26.19. So a couple of reasonable downside potential targets there. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen. Well, yesterday it looked like this sort of this bear flag had run its course, and this morning at the moment we're seeing this bit of retrace going on, although in the bigger picture of things with the general lower highs, lower lows, I'm sort of looking at the potential if it breaks this trend line I've drawn on here this morning to be trading it down towards yesterday's lows, maybe the S1. We have got the 60-21 just curling around there, which may provide some support for it this morning, so just need to watch for that. It may be, we'll see how it runs on this break of this trend, but certainly erring towards potential bearish side on that break there. A push up above the 50, well, I've become a bit more bullish. Then would be looking at the sort of previous highs, which are probably not too far away from that daily R1. Okay, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar's been having a reasonable time of late. It's made some distance up there. It looks just short of a double top here today. Got an untouched weekly pivot still below, which I like to see hit quite early on in the week. Um, it has, well, as I say, he's just putting in almost a bearish army in at the moment on this 4 hours. The untouched weekly pivot. Has a high probability of being hit still. Looking down at the hourly pattern, it is quite bitty what we're seeing here, quite spiky in either direction. It's certainly nothing I've been trading, or not something I've been trading of late, or for some time now, but it has the potential. But the 6021s may just provide into yesterday's high. Let's say yesterday's highs, around about yesterday's highs there, may provide support this morning if it does come that low. A break of that level then gives us a sort of a more of a clear path down to the daily pivot, and maybe a continuation through. But it's been spending many days here chopping in relatively range bound price action, so it's not really for me anyway. Looking at the Canadian dollar finally then, and well, the Canadian dollar sold off yesterday following talks about the reduction of financial easing. Our speaker talking about that really saw us coming off quite strongly yesterday evening. Already down to the daily 500 here at 32.73. Just looking through here, it does look weak even where it sits here. And the money flow, the RSI is particularly low there still at the moment. I assume the money flow is pretty low there as well. Just coming down to the hourlies. Yes, if we did get any sort of rallies here, we got the potential for a push up. I think the tie-up of the oil price at the moment with this fundamental news out has stifled things. Oil's really flatlining a little bit here around that $46 mark, so not really coming into its own at the moment as that news works its way out of the market. In terms, well, we could see sort of a pushback towards the daily pivot, but it may just take a bit longer than that. It may be a miss today. The 6021s may just hold things up if it gets that far. Just having a look at the money flow here. Yeah, it's pretty low. It's running out of this currency at the moment, so it is particularly weak. Okay, that's it for me. News-wise, as I've said, at 9:30 we've got the UK inflation data coming out, which I expect some volatility in there. After that, yes, we've got German economic sentiment at 10. That barely ever gives the market much of a mover. And we've got the US PPI data coming out at 1:30. Again, we may get a bit of volatility around that 1:30 point. So it's not really a tradable number these days, or hasn't been for some time, but we may get a bit of volatility. So that's it for me. Have a great one. Bye for now.